It's Worldview Wednesday.
Hi, welcome to Worldview Wednesday. The question we are asking today is, does the universe appear to be designed and fine-tuned? So, question for you. When we turn around and look at this building right here, does it appear to be designed, or do you think that it just came to be on its own?
Design?
Yeah. Okay. So you think that somebody like an architect created this building?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So let's apply that to where we're standing right now. We look around on this campus, but not just this campus. We look around at nature and the world.
Yeah.
Do you think that the world was designed like that building, or do you think that it just came to be? It's random.
It was designed.
Designed?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Because it was, I don't know, just like it was God that designed it. Just through my belief and things I've been through my life, I feel like there's a higher power. Whether you believe it's God or not, or Christianity, I feel like there's a higher power out there.
Yeah.
And for me, it's God, and Christianity, that's what I believe in. So.
Do you want to hear like one fun fact about the design of the world?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so the Earth, the oxygen in this atmosphere is 21%. If it dropped to 15%, we would all suffocate.
Wow.
If it raised to 25%, there would be random fires everywhere.
Wow.
Designed, yeah. All right, yeah.
See design in the world.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How do you think that design came to be? How can we give account for that?
I don't know, maybe like just evolution, like evolving to like see what fits.
Yeah.
I guess something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all I got.
Yeah. How did you come to that conclusion?
Just kind of read a lot of books and I don't know. I just kind of thought about it. I mean, I didn't obviously create that, but I don't know. That's just what made sense to me. So.
That's
Yeah, so let's talk about nature. So does nature on the earth seem to be fine-tuned or designed?
I think yes.
Why do you think that?
I mean, altogether, I think it's a miracle that life on Earth is as it is. I mean, the fact that we're here, the fact that nature can sustain life here is a miracle and something we should be thankful for.
So with that, with saying that there is seem to be a design on the earth, would you say that maybe there is a designer?
I don't believe in a designer, no, personally, but that's just my opinion. Like I said, I'm more like the scientific background of it. It's miraculous that we're even here. It's miraculous that the air is breathable, that the water is drinkable, things like that.
It seems like there's a designer. It seems like there's someone causing that to happen, someone who's made that with a purpose.
We all have an opinion on that, I guess, yeah.
Like, so the universe as a whole, do you think that it was designed? You can take a minute.
I mean, I don't know. That's a hard question.
No, yeah, it's hard.
I mean, it would probably have to be,
Why do you say that?
because stuff doesn't just what? I was gonna say stuff doesn't just randomly happen, but random stuff happens all the time. I have no idea.
Do you think something, though, like the Earth, like comparing it to the building, because you said that you don't think that that could come to be what it is by random chance, would you say that that would be true of the world? These are deep questions. It's okay.
They are. I mean, if I think about it, I don't think that it could just. I feel like everything has to be designed.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't
So
know.
would you say that as that building has an architect and has an intelligent designer, that maybe the world could have an intelligent designer?
It could, possibly, yes.
What do you think that could be?
I personally believe in God.
Mhm.
But, I mean, I guess it could be any God. of anyone's belief.
So now let's think of the world in general, of nature. When you look at the world, when you look at nature, do you think that that is designed or that it just randomly came to be?
I mean, I do believe that it was designed, whether that be by evolution or by a different creator. I don't know, but I think it is very specific in the way it has turned out, and maybe that was from an outside influence or from just nature doing what it does, but I don't know.
One more question. Do you have or have you heard of any compelling arguments for evolution? Like, what would be a compelling thing that you would hear that makes you think, okay, maybe it could be evolution?
Specific examples aren't coming to mind right now, but I really like this class that Dr. Penny's taught about plants and about how different influences, different environmental influences change them to be the way they are. Like, for example, a fruit, the whole purpose of a fruit is to like carry its seed to another place via like ingestion from another animal or I don't know, but I think that kind of stuff is cool. I feel like I'm failing on this right now. I mean, I've always thought it was kind of crazy how perfectly the Earth was like situated in our space, and I mean, I think that there was a chance that it was going to happen. I also believe that it's pretty cool that it's this way, and I don't know God put it this way or if it just was a coincidence and we're all here because the oxygen level is the way it is. But it's an interesting question. I just don't know enough about it to answer it, I guess. I haven't looked deeper into myself as often as I should to answer these questions for myself. But
Well, that's a real challenging question. Somehow it got into motion, and I don't know how that occurred, you know. I mean, this question obviously gets you into things like theology and, you know, God, yes or no, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So would you have any theories to how it got rolling?
Well, I really don't. I mean, I don't tend to be. I have no certainty about it. I don't have necessarily. I don't align with a faith-based answer to that question, and I'm not enough of a physicist or anything like that to really be able to evaluate a lot of the more scientific theories. But I mean, you know, to the extent that I think I understand the Big Bang theory, that to me is as sensible as any. I can't help but remember when I was an undergraduate in an anthropology course, I did a project where I learned that the Tiv of Nigeria said the world started as a huge drop of milk. So that to me is as sensible as, you know, Big Bang or in the beginning God created the heavens or earth. You know, origin stories are we make up these narratives to try to help us explain what's otherwise very mysterious.
Yeah, definitely. We're all looking for an inference to the best explanation
Right.
for what has happened. So we're with a club called Ratio Christi, and so we are Christians. We believe that
Right.
God exists.
Right.
So when we kind of look at the fine-tuning and design of the universe, we
Yeah.
would say that that was caused by a designer, because
Yeah.
there's never a painting without a
Yeah.
painter
This
or a
is
building
intelligent
without an
design.
architect.
Yeah,
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 of course, yeah. And so we would agree with the Big Bang. We just say we know who banged it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that to me is a really good question. I don't know how science treats that. I mean, you know, as you said, if there's a Big Bang, then someone, you know, pressed on the dynamite. I must say, I'm old enough to have gone through all sorts of phases and periods of my life with respect to faith and religion and God and all that sort of stuff, and I've been through all the possible positions on the spectrum, from atheism to theism to agnosticism to you name it. And I came to a point a few years ago where I said that uncertainty, that movement, that tacking back and forth, that's my journey. In other words, because for a long time I thought, I got to figure this out. I got to get to a point where I do or don't believe. And then at a certain point a few years ago, I realized, well, for me, the movement among these things, the second guessing, that's my journey. And once I got to that point, I became very comfortable with my relationship to these matters.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, the world is definitely designed because the lakes, the even the trees were planted, you know, so there has to be a design. That's what I think.
Okay. So would you say that behind a design, there must be a designer? Kind of like when you're looking at a painting, there has to be somebody that created that painting. It didn't just come to be.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Who do you think, or what do you think that designer is?
Well, I believe it's God.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome.
You don't really think about how perfect the world is. Like the earth, not the world, but the earth.
Yeah.
You don't really think about how immaculate the earth is and how well everything is positioned. How in the world does that happen by chance?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Today we were trying to lead students through the teleological argument for God's existence. That states that every design had a designer. The universe has highly complex design. Therefore, the universe had a designer. This is an argument that we use to show that God exists. So hopefully, after you've watched today, you understand what the teleological argument is, and you can use it in your future gospel conversations. Thanks so much.